This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Well, a pleasant good evening live from Mount St. Mary's High School, site of a showdown for the University of Oklahoma, as the OU Sooners in lacrosse with a 4-3 record in the Lone Star Alliance, 27th overall out of 70 schools and ranked 4th in the LSA D1 North Division. And they are taking on a hot and undefeated Missouri Tiger team who is 5-0 on the season. They're ranked 34th of 70, and they are ranked 3rd in the LSA Division 1 North. Glad to have you along. My name is Eric Scher. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you on OU Lacrosse. And by the way, this is going to be their last home venture. And I know normally they've played at the University of Oklahoma on site in the Norman campus, but the last two games where they played Bedlam here at OSU was played in this nice facility. And so hats off to Mount St. Mary's being able to host, give us an opportunity to see a little bit of higher ground, so to speak, as far as being on the ground. For the Oklahoma Sooners, started off with a great start to the season with a win. It was back-to-back games on a Saturday where they beat Arkansas 6-4 and beat Missouri State 10-9. And then in Bedlam, right after Valentine's Day, they get a win 13-9. Their first loss of the season comes by the Kansas Jayhawks. They lose 11-5, and then they turn around with a win with Ole Miss 12-7, losing to Arizona back-to-back losses for the Sooners as they were defeated by Arizona soundly 25-4, but a close matchup and a loss with Texas A&M 14-12. Meanwhile, as we said, the Missouri Tigers are a 5-0 start on the season, unblemished, without any losses, and they are looking to keep that as the Sooners are on one knee, getting ready for action. I know this is supposed to be a 7:30 start. There was maybe a little kind of slight concern when it comes to the weather, and so they were wanting to make sure that everything was going to be okay. So they have a great opportunity to play under decent weather. Last night, of course, with tornadoes and all the rest of that stuff that kind of came their way. And so this is an opportunity where the Sooners can get back on the winning streak after losing two, and Missouri just wants to try to keep their win streak alive. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and the teams should be ready for action. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Well, a nice night for OU Lacrosse. In fact, the Sooners are playing host here at Mount St. Mary's, just right on south side of Oklahoma City. If you go off of South 29th Street, and you'll find your way over here. Mount St. Mary's hosting tonight with the Missouri Tigers, undefeated on the season, and the Sooners are 4-3 rather. So, and they're on a 2-game losing streak. So it'll be a great opportunity for the Sooners to get back on track, and we hope indeed that will be the case, as the Sooners will be in all white with the red numbers, and the Missouri Tigers will be in all dark with the light numbers. So both teams have already met at the midfield. They've chosen their sides, and we'll get ready to set the clock, and we'll go into 4 quarters, and the best of the 4 will, of course, cap out the night. As we mentioned, the Sooners are going to be on the road quite a bit after this. In fact, when you look at their schedule, they're going to go play on tomorrow. They're going to take a road trip to Utah Tech. Then they're going to go to Baylor, Texas, and then April they'll be Minnesota and Iowa State on April 11th to finish out the season there for the Lone Star Alliance for the Oklahoma Sooners. Second year of doing OU Lacrosse, and we appreciate their fine sponsorship for being able to set this one up for you. Both teams will meet, and whether they have a national anthem, I'm not quite sure if they have that set up. I know both teams, I know this is a kind of a cordial thing, as both teams kind of, not just team captains, the whole team comes out, of all the starters and that are on the field that get to go over the rules and what the officials are looking for. As we said, the Sooners are going to be in their all whites with red numbers, crimson, and Missouri and the Tigers in all dark kind of gold helmets. Both have a nice little sheen and a shine to it there. The Sooners have their backs to us. Weather is kind of, it was like 81, kind of getting here, kind of musty and kind of still warm. And then it kind of cooled down a little bit when the sun went down. So I think that kind of maybe takes some of the fuel. I know some storms firing off just east of us and northeast, kind of heading that way. Kind of unfamiliar territory to have a tornado in the first part of March, which we saw. And that was kind of different. And we're so glad that that has kind of stayed away from any kind of possibilities. And they're waiting for, I think, the clock to get set. They're checking out the goals on both sides too. I think they've got some netting problem over on the right of your screen that's out of view that I can see that they're kind of attending to. It's kind of a little short window, box window. You need to think soccer, how wide that is, and hockey is just very similar. Lacrosse has got a small little window, so you better be very accurate with a lot of wraparounds we've seen. The Sooners can come up from behind. But we're glad that you could join us on a Friday night. Got OSN basketball, too. Some really good games that are coming down to the wire with Carl Albert Midwest City for those who are interested in following some of our high school basketball. Del City, Midwest City, that's kind of a close matchup, too. And then those winners will advance to state already of those area championships tonight. And then the loser still has an opportunity to play in consolation tomorrow, and they will schedule that up. So I think they're kind of finally getting the netting sorted out with the situation of what the officials want. And they'll put the 15 minutes on the quarter. The mindset for the Sooners, if this is your last game really at home, and now the captains will give a fist bump and we'll be ready to go. But, I mean, basically you're in a 2-game losing streak after really getting started hot and got some points early in some of those contests. And we'll get ready for the face-off. OU Lacrosse on the Oklahoma Sports Network. For those who download the app, thank you. You can connect to us there. For those on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Off, and Missouri is going to get the opening face-off. A lot of calls verbally on the field. A little different. Of course, we normally play in OU's field, which isn't really marked like this, typically with the football matchups, but I guess we adjust. But we've got a much higher bird's eye view of the action, which I know you'll really appreciate. So as Missouri took the opening, going to come down, make a shot, and it's going to be deflected and away. It's a good stop and a block. Outlet, and they cross the timeline. You can really see the defense that Missouri is posting for the Sooners. And the selection, the shot, and there it is. So the Sooners just kind of find a way to strike first and got the hometown crowd excited. The Sooners get the opening goal for the shot. That's exactly what you like to see. A 1-0 start as the Sooners found just the opening that they needed. And we'll go to the face-off here at center. We're trying to get the attack already. Sooners get a nice stop, but a turnover. Oh. Almost snagged that one out from the crosses and waits for his teammates to kind of get this one set up. It's kind of a swarming Tiger defense. Sooners have the man. Had the numbers for a moment. Thought they were going to try to look to strike as we're under 12 and a half to go. Oh, look at that. Back-to-back scores. The Sooners, kind of what they did in the opening of the season, attacked really hard and fast, and they put up the points too as they defeated Arkansas 6-4, but they really started off quick, and that's kind of what you want to do after having 2 losses and looking to try to redeem yourself for the last home game, even though it's Mount St. Mary's here in Oklahoma City. Face-off getting ready to happen. Right now, the Sooners are taking it to Missouri. It's kind of what you want to see. I mean, they were really making it, taking advantage of the offense. This time, the Sooners are able to get it and then taken away. Remember last matchup we saw that Sooners really owned the face-offs. Another shot on goal, and that's away. Is that one to go out? Still kind of a little swirling wind here. And it's a little cool as well. All that heat went out. Heat went out from the day because it was, I think it was 81 degrees when I got here. A little bit of storms that raced through, but kind of a quiet, cool night. Just kind of what the guys need to see. Nice attack. Trying to find a crease. Oh, lost that momentarily. Picked up. Was able to scoop it up in time. Oh, that was a good move. I really thought he was going to take it. Kind of loses control over that, and the ball comes out. Dive forward, and here comes the Tigers. Missouri looking to try to get this one set up quick to get some of the advantage of the numbers coming across. Top of the screen and looking for the setup. 2-0, the Sooners lead. I think they were only down in their area, I think 3 times. They've scored twice. Got the first opening one. That ball is deflected out. Got about 30 seconds is called out from the shot on goal as they whistle the start. Oh. Nice little shot. And they got one snuck in for the goal. So they just, the pressure and able to capitalize on that. Missouri comes back to after a 2-0 run for the Sooners. Missouri answers. Go back up to midfield for the face-off. Still about 9:25 left to go here in quarter one. Sooners in white, crimson red. Oh, had a little false start there. Jumped the gun, yeah. So it's opportunity. It's all a timing thing. See that when they drop the puck. Oh, nice wraparound, but a little bit too high off the mark, and the Sooners missed out on an opportunity there. A little high. So he'll walk it up, get a little bit of support from his teammates. And there's a whistle. It's going to go against Missouri. Sooners like to try to take advantage. I like the aggressiveness and then just try to find it. There it is. Just like a nice little pass off assist and goal for the Sooners. And the Sooners now go up 3-1. So, you answer points with points. That's the whole point. You go up 2-0. Then Missouri answers. Then you answer to that. You keep the momentum up. 3-1. Sooners with the slight advantage with a couple of goals, breathing room with 8:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Face off at mid. Sooners are able to get, they really kind of dominated some teams at that face off. It makes a big difference too. You get your offense set. You're not playing on defense. Just attacking the goal. Opportunity up top in the middle. They've been successful as they come through here, weave through, and then a little dish off, and then a shot see, and then he just missed on that opportunity. So, well, you missed it. Nothing wrong with it. Goalie comes up to, keeper gets to throw that across. Little distribution down below, but another blocked attempt. Ooh, nice little bump and run, and physicality there, and they're going to keep that running. Missouri on the attack. Rotating in some fresh blood there, some new players. Just keep your eye on 44. He's a scoring machine for the Sooners. He's going to take it right to the attack and dish it out for the opportunity to not get a loose ball opportunity. And we'll reset. Get the steal there. So a nice stop by the Sooners. As we'll cross the timeline. and get this one set up. 5 minutes to go here in quarter one. So the Sooners strike again. Another shot on goal, and I'll tell you what, they're really kind of pouring it on with opportunities, especially when they get down there and they got the numbers and they really assist. And a timeout is called. I think Missouri wants to kind of talk about it with 4:41 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Well, welcome to Mount St. Mary's, site of the last Oklahoma Sooners home match. They'll be on the road quite a bit from here on out. But they have a 4-1 lead over the undefeated Missouri Tigers, so they're probably not used to this position. So Coach called a timeout with 4:41 left to go here in the first quarter. Got a long way to go in this one with 4 quarters, of course. Swirling cool breeze in the first part of March. And we'll have a face-off here after the goal for the Sooners. Face-off is going to be controlled by Missouri. I guess the little timeout gave a little nice little save for the Sooners. Shot on goal and going to come back down the other way. So both teams showing a little spark after that timeout. And let's see the setup here. A lot of communication on that field. What they need and what they're looking for to reset that up and stay under the time frame. With a shot on goal. Going to try to penetrate. Back up top. Here's the drive. Little dish out. Time is expired with that 80 seconds. So the Sooners didn't capitalize that time. They'll come up defensively and really play a little bit of stroke. So they get that across. It's really nice to, I know when we're in Norman, sometimes you can't really see the clock and you really can't see the shot clock. Down to 49 seconds there. Opportunity at a turnover. Sooners get a stop. And they'll try to place it in action themselves. Cross. Kind of an empty goal, too. Got a steal and a collision trying to get that ball. The whistle there, probably. Advantage, Missouri. Down 4-1 with 2:20 left to go here in quarter one. Another nice stop. Oh, no, it went through, so the goal slipped in. Sorry, I missed that. Looked at the official, and he put the score up. So they've cut into that lead in half to make it 4-2, and a face-off coming with 2:02 left to go. This has been kind of a very interesting way to start a game. Sooners started off with a 2-0 run, and Missouri kind of caught up with that, 2-1, and oh man, missed opportunity for the Sooners. I thought they were going to win that face-off there. It's kind of high, but gets the delivery. Snags that one out of the air. And the Tigers on the move. The final $1:30 left to go here in quarter one. Nice little takeaway. Sooners set it up. Coming back on the other end. Coming on and coming off. Substitutions with 57 seconds left to go for the shot clock, and the time clock are almost identical. About 2 seconds difference. Patiently to kind of try to set this one up. Shot on goal, and look at that. The goalie's upset with him. It was perfect. We'll get to see that here on instant replay because it was just a good, solid move. Comes in there, shot, goal, and man, the Sooners extend their lead with 29 seconds in quarter one. Believe it or not, the Sooners have now taken a 5-2 lead over the Missouri Tigers. And the face-off, undefeated Missouri Tigers. And Sooners have something to prove as they've lost their last two. Nice little face-off where the Sooners take advantage. 23 seconds left to go. Going to try to set this one up. The steal coming back down the other way. Batted out, and we're still going to scoop and score. Man, there we go. A little bit of a push there. And 13 seconds, they'll roll the clock down to 12. Final remainder. That's going to be a loose ball, and I think that's just going to fall, and that's going to end quarter one. So time has expired. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Sooners leading 5-2. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Well, welcome back to Mount St. Mary's, and we are now into quarter number 2 with the Sooners leading 5-2 as they capitalized with a 2-0 start, and they've kind of kept the lead ever since. And every time Missouri would score, OU would answer back. So Sooners are looking to come off of a win after back-to-back losses. Missouri, by the way, undefeated on the season, and they were 5-0. Sooners will be traveling, in fact, starting tomorrow, and they'll be at Utah Tech, and they'll be playing Baylor, Texas, going to play the Longhorns. Then in April, Minnesota and Iowa State to finish out the season, starting in February. But this is a fast and furious kind of a season. Glad you could join us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Got a lot of basketball, too. Congratulations to the Newcastle Racers. They punched their ticket to state. So did Del City. But both Carl Albert and Ben Midwest City will be playing in the consolation rounds tomorrow, so they can see if they can still punch their ticket to state. So that was some great matchups. You can probably watch that. With on archive, on demand. We're excited here to finish out the Sooners home lacrosse matches as we got to face off after end of the first quarter, and we start with quarter number 2. Face-off is controlled by the Sooners. As they switch ends, everything has been on that side where it's been good for the Sooners up to a point. Now they switch end goals, so hopefully that won't deter any of what they've had with the momentum. Swirling wind up top here. We're at press box side. Don't really know how much the wind is on the field. Not really much of a factor, but certainly there was a little bit of a swirl in it. We had storms race through in the latter part of the evening. Hopefully everybody will play it safe. Had some red on the radar that was east of us as it passed through here. Very unfortunate loss of life in the tornado last night. As we say, weather aware in Oklahoma, but usually not March. That's not usually the case. Some wet conditions OU's lacrosse last year, so it's really kind of nice that they've stayed away from having any of the weather issues. We did have a little bit of a sprinkle in, I think, that first matchup. Five to 2 here in the second quarter. Those who are joining us on Facebook, give us a like there, give us a follow. Those on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Can stay connected. We've got a ton of basketball. Tomorrow, consolation rounds. Then all next week for Class 5A will be state. Congratulations to the Elgin Lady girls. They were winners. They'll play again tomorrow. They keep their hopes alive going to state as they're in area. We talk all kinds of sports, and sports is our middle name. I know this is a collegiate effort. We also have SNU rugby in the fall and OU Lacrosse. Ooh, a shot, and there was a collision there with the clasps of the poles. Remains 14 seconds on the shot clock, so they're going to have to get it in a hurry or force a turnover. And indeed, Sooners capitalize. Really playing some tough defense to get them to make a mistake like that on the top end. Here comes the Sooners trying to get some numbers. Down underneath and loose ball and picked up by Missouri. Nice little swim move around his opponent. And kind of a reverse around. A little bit of a collision there. Trying to spread the Sooners out. They've kind of collapsed inside there. Nice little stutter step move there, trying to get around. Here's that. Oh, wrap around up top, then a shot, and there it is. So, it's just kind of, you got to kind of, goalies sometimes can get lost in the wash, as we'll kind of see this here on instant replay. You can see that all the congestion down there, gets it up there, and then just makes a little bit of a move, and then bam, sneaks it right off the side. And they chip away at that Sooners lead. Now you know why they're 5-0 heading into this matchup. And go to the face-off, and it's a collision there. Got some fans excited there. Sooners on the march, on the move, and there's a shot on goal, and there it is. So the Sooners answered just right back. Get to see this here on instant replay. What a opportunity. Going to see this again here on the instant replay. As they on the attack. They're just on the move. They get it out there. Passes are right down there, and then bam, that's it. The setup and the goal. So what have we said all night long? Every time that Missouri has scored, OU has answered. And that's really what you want to do, is you answer points with points. Sooners now add to their lead by double, 6-3, with 10:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Face-off going to be controlled by Missouri. And a steal by the Sooners. Sooners again. Shot on goal, and there it is with the assist. Bam, bam. That's really working it out, and we're going to see here again a goal on replay right there. Just the way it is. Sooners now really rolling, I think. After losing 2 in a row back at your home, I know we're playing at Mount St. Mary's, but close to home. It's right down the interstate. Sooners have a nice 7-3 lead, and I know we got a long way to go in this one because we're not even at half yet. Still got two more full quarters after halftime. Sometimes these go in waves, and every time, though, I will say, every time that Missouri has scored, OU has answered. High. Shot on goal. And a nice save again. And out with an all-out fast break opportunity. Here comes the Sooners. They're not waiting, not hesitating. A little bit of a short delivery there, loose ball, and a whistle. They'll reset the shot clock. Nice move. Oh, here. Oh. If you were watching it, you could kind of see it. The setup was there. The shot on goal was ready, set, but a little bit off the mark. And was not able to capitalize on that one. We'll get it next time, right? For the setup. And really using their teammates spread this around. Sneaky. I thought he was going to get right underneath and wrap around. There it is, a shot on goal, and that was a little bit off of being ready. Well, let's see if the Sooners can do exactly what I've said all night long. Every time Missouri has scored, OU has answered. So let's see if they can do it again here and keep that lead. As we said, a long way to go in this one. 7-4 in the second quarter with 7:54 left to go. A little bit longer taking to drop that for the face-off. There you go, the whistle. The aggression. Boy, there was a lot there. Physicality there. Bumping there and got it away from that. There's it is. Oh, nice save. Had the shot. A little looking forward, loose. Six and a half to go. That's kind of a scoop up there. Well, this is the first time that the Sooners have not answered after getting scored upon. That's why you have Missouri with the confidence that they have. Now made it a 2-goal separation between these two, 7-5. But every time Missouri has scored, OU has scored back, except for this last time. So that's been a 2-0 run. Boy, he weaved through a lot of defenders there. I like that. Got the moves. So we'll trade out. Four and a half to go here in the second quarter before the half. See if the Sooners can work some magic, as they have answered all the points so far except for this last run. So hats off to Missouri after calling a timeout. Little shot on goal, missed opportunity. Collision there at midfield. It's too close for comfort there in the congestion. Sooners will cross. Try to set this one up. Up 2 goals, 7-5 here in the second quarter. Oh, I like that. We got around. Oh, he didn't like that selection. Now he's going to go deeper, get inside. Now take the shot. Oh, fake the shot, make the move. Second shot off goal. Start the clock up. Try to push this up. I know Missouri is going to want to try to score another opportunity before this 2 minutes elapse. Getting a little bit tired now, a little fatigue starts to set in. Hear the crash, the crack of those from up here. Tries to wrap around, but loses it. Whistle. Shot on goal there. So a timeout is called with 1:42 remaining here before the second quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Well, back here at Mount St. Mary's, where the Sooners with OU Lacrosse, with 1:42 remain before the half. Missouri wants to call timeout to kind of set this up, see if they can get one more quick score to try to get within a goal. Kind of do the wraparound, loses it, and a pickup by Missouri. No, the Sooners. Sooners come up with a steal. Quickly crosses the timeline with 1:22. Sooners want to try to capitalize. There's a shot on goal, and there it is. What a great opportunity. You'll get to see this and the fast break opportunity on the replay. Well, they wanted to say if they could kind of score before half. Sooners says, we'll do it. Set up, shot, good, goal in. Do the face-off for the final buck 17. And now the Sooners are back on to when they score, we score. And now have that little buffer. 3-point lead. 8-5. Sooners. And the face-off going to controlled by Missouri. Trying to look for a quick score with under a minute left to go before the half. Fake the back pass, up through, shot. Nice little block and rejection there. Loose ball thrown across. A collision there at midfield. Missouri's able to pick that back up. Sooners capitalize. And a timeout is called with 38 seconds left to go right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we've got the final 38 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Last time out called, and we'll get to halftime here. Remember, the Sooners are coming off of a 2-game losing streak. They've lost the last 2. And Missouri is undefeated at 5-0. Sooners are 4-3. This will be the last home match for the Sooners. Final 30 seconds remain. Try to set this one up for the last goal in the last couple of seconds. Trying to fight their way down. Set this one up with 20 seconds. We have one shot at it. 14 seconds. Going to get the roll. Fortunately, Goes out. 9 seconds, got to take it right now. Nice little move, double move, shot on goal, and it's going to be out. And that's going to be 1 second remaining. They'll toss this one in, and we'll get to halftime. And that's it. We are at the half. It is 8-5 where the Sooners lead. Don't go anywhere. We got second half action of OU Lacrosse right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back here at Mount St. Mary's, host of the Oklahoma Sooners and the Missouri Tigers. It is 8-5 here at the half. We got about 9 minutes before we start second half action, and glad you could join us on the network. On those who are watching Facebook Live and those on YouTube, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. So just kind of hang out here for the next little bit as we got the countdown to the second half momentarily right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Welcome back to Mount St. Mary's, where we've got a fun one here as an undefeated Missouri will be taking on the 4-3 Sooners in the last of the Sooners' home matches. In fact, it's not in Norman, it's Mount St. Mary's, and the face-off ready to start the third quarter. Get this one to start and away. It's going to be controlled by Missouri. Both teams kind of probably made their adjustments of what they need to do in the second half. I think the Sooners just need to keep doing what they were doing. They started off with a 2-0 start of this match, and then they kind of went back and forth, except for Missouri did have back-to-back goals until the Sooners finally did match up to that, and that's why we have an 8-5 match here to start second half action. Sooners in the white and crimson colored numbers. Missouri, and they're all dark. Missouri had the open face-off. They've kind of won more face-offs in tonight's matchups, but the Sooners have really taken advantage of having really the possession in their opponent's end more so. It's been the difference. And really fast break opportunities when the Sooners have taken it. Shot on goal, and it's going to miss. But the Sooners, I mean, have really taken advantage of the fast break opportunities and left kind of Missouri laid back and not prepared for the attack. So they're going to try a shot on goal, and there it is. Missouri showing why they're undefeated, and they've come to play tonight. And again, made it a 2-goal deficit, as we'll have the face-off. 8-6 is the score. So the opening second half is controlled by Missouri, and they took full advantage of it with the score. 8-6, and the face-off begins. Again, another face-off won by Missouri, and I don't know, I've not watched any of their matches, but, man, you can really, I've seen how the Sooners can take advantage of that when you win the face-off and you get that on that other end of the field so much, and then on the attack. Tries the wrap around, come around, and there it is. Sneak attack, and just like that, it is an 8-7 match. This is the closest it's been since the 1-0 start. And back-to-back goals from Missouri, and that must have been a fire chat speech from the coach, because he's got the Sooners on their back heels in another face-off. So let's see if the Sooners can kind of take advantage, because so far of the couple of minutes that is elapsed off of this clock, the possession has been in this side of the field on the left of your screen where the Sooners have to defend. Another face-off is controlled by Missouri. Missouri kind of getting into a groove here. Glad you could join us on Facebook and then also on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices by searching the Oklahoma Sports Network. Little stutter move, outlet, penetrating and a collapse defensively, crash down and a shot on goal, and there is an opportunity, and we are all tied up. It is 3 goals in a row for Missouri to tie this one up, to stun the Sooners. They took a 2-0 advantage to begin the contest, kind of kept that lead, and it has been all Missouri here in the second half, and it's all been at the face-offs because they have controlled the tempo and controlled the ball. So see if the Sooners can get one here. Again, controlled by Missouri. Going to have to play on defense again. All tied up at 8 apiece. It was an 8-5 halftime lead for the Sooners that have seen that dwindle away. Sooners have to respond. You know, you always say the old adage, you got to answer points with points, and it's going to start with your first one here. Try to regain that momentum because it's been all Missouri to start the second half. We've only gone 3 minutes into this quarter, and they have scored 3 goals. That's on average. If you're a good mathematician, that's averaging a goal a minute. And that one's away. Shot in Errett. They'll have 33 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Let's try to the wraparound. They got to threw that up here and away, and that's going to go out. So finally, the Sooners have an advantage where they get the ball on this side of the field for the first time in the second half, giving up 3 goals after an 8-5 halftime lead. Let's see if they can gain some momentum back. They certainly need a score. They had the rhythm in that first half of really the assists and really getting the open man for the shot. Tries to collapse down underneath, and it's taken away. Oh, a steal by the Sooners right there. Yeah, and that's they say, don't wait, just come on the attack. Coming in, 44 is your man. And sure enough, the goal to boot just when you needed a spark. You go to your go-to guy, and here it is. You'll see it on replay. He just not waits, doesn't hesitate. Bam, and then just the nice little move inside. Finally get the Sooners on the board for the second half. So we'll come up to midfield for the face-off. And finally, you got to answer points with points. We've said that. It's kind of an adage that the Sooners were doing that in the first half. But they finally answer. But it really has been the dominance right here at the face-offs where Missouri is getting it. We saw how the Sooners could take advantage of that too. I mean, anytime you want to face off and you get it, in your opponent, set this one up. So the Sooners regain the lead after giving up 3 goals, a 3-0 run for Missouri as they tied it up, but the Sooners come back and get the 1 point that's needed to go up. Opportunity And a lot of bodies down there and with the congestion. Looking for the setup. Going to go behind. Shot on goal, and just like that, kind of a bounce in, and where this is just a score fest here. Both teams finding a rhythm. It was 8-5 at the half. I'm trying to think that I know the Sooners scored 13 and 12 has been their most, but they did lose to Arizona 25-4 a couple of weeks back. So we're back to all tied up. Really kind of goes back with that face-off. A little scrum there in the sidelines in front of the Sooners bench. We'll whistle this one in, 9:40. Seems like Missouri playing with a little confidence now. They were down 3 goals at the half, but they have really come storming back. Tries to get the move and shot on goal, and Missouri finds a way. It's just been a tough night when you're having to defend. And for the first time tonight, Missouri takes the lead, 10-9. Sooners started off 2-0. I think there's a timeout that's called. I think the Sooners want to talk about it. Good timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Where Sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network. Sooners call a timeout here in the third quarter as they find themselves down a score for the first time tonight. Sooners took a 2-0 advantage, and then they went on to lead at the half 8-5. Now they find themselves down 1 goal, 10-9. So the Sooners have only scored 1 goal here in the second half. Meanwhile, Missouri has scored 4. Missouri is undefeated. Sooners are 4-3. Kind of see an undefeated team showing the confidence that even though they were down and they get the opening face-off and they're on the move to try to score again. It's all about momentums and streaks. The Sooners did get – this is another, you got to stay with them. You know, it's like stride for stride, punch for punch. Got to continue to do so. A lot of talk there about Getting the adjustments needed on the attack, the middle. It's kind of where they have really kind of found a niche. Rotating a lot. Slash there and a mighty collision. A little bit of a lacrosse crowd that has come to join us on a swirly wind night. After some of the storms that have come through, and glad they were able to get this in. You know, Missouri makes the trip, and you want to try to see if you can get this weather-wise. Weather-wise, last night was really iffy, and a lot of stuff storm-wise east of us, north and east. Sooners, opportunity. Try to block that, and another goal. So when it rains, it pours. Unfortunately, the Sooners find themselves in a hole where they're down 2 goals when it was 8-5 at half, where the Sooners led. Nice little fight for it, but, man, the ball goes up and falls into Missouri's way. Largest lead for Missouri tonight as they trailed 2-0 for the Sooners, and then trailed at half 8-5, and now have just taken command here in the second half, scoring 3 goals in about 3 minutes. Now you're finding what I've seen before with OU Lacrosse is when you're really dominating, where you're just on offense constantly, your defenders are having to back themselves up on their heel. Not really seeing the ball go down, but just one time tonight where the Sooners were able to capitalize. It's been on this end for a long time. Sooners come up with a steal. Right back with Missouri. Shot on goal. Gets the snag and the stop to stop the bleeding, and the Sooners come back on the other end. .5:35 and the shot clock down to 37 seconds. Sooners, they need to get a score. Need to set this one up, try to even this up with down a goal. That's the nice little pass, the dish off, assist, inside traffic. Was able to pick this one up loosely. Oh, man, kind of threw that one away. Oh, nice little collision there. And unfortunately, we're seeing the offense attack on this side of the field again. The Sooners have to defend. .42 seconds on the shot clock. There, fake on the shot on goal. Pass it up top. looking for a crease, looking for a position. Shot and a little offside. We'll move outside. Sooners spreading that around. Look for the shot. Goes out. 2:51 remaining in kind of a disastrous third quarter for the Sooners. Giving up 6 goals in one quarter. They were up 8-5 at the half. It's now 11-9 Missouri. Sooners looking to try to capitalize before the end of the third quarter. Shot on goal a little away and high outside. But they'll have 9 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Going to make a shot on the goal, and it just bounced out. Tried to do a bounce in. Hit. And that's different, too. You know, the Sooners are used to playing on natural grass. This is turf. Turf has a much different bounce, as you know, as what natural grass would do. So your bounces are going to be a little bit different. That was a little bit too high of a bounce. Clock will roll. They'll get it across. Kind of defense on it. .148. If the Sooners can get out of this quarter and switch goals and get out of this end of the field, the attack and a little bump out. Let him get into an opportunity of a scoring position. The Sooners are able to come up with it. Sooners have about 1:07 to try to. There's a shot on goal, and it hits outside the pole and out. And we'll stop the clock at $1:02. About a minute. Coley's instructing everybody just get back. He's got it. Swarming across. Get on, get off. They were eliminating the crossover, and so the Sooners take advantage. See if they can turn it into points. They got 33 seconds in which to do so. Down to 30 seconds. 25 and stop at 23. Reset the shot clock, and looks like we'll go into the opportunity as the last shot here. Get a goal right before the end would be nice. Shot on goal, it's out. We have 68 seconds remaining on the shot clock, 14 on the big clock. Here at Mount St. Mary's, great host of, this is where the Bedlam game was played. It's going to be in Stillwater, and then that didn't happen with the conditions of the field, and so they decided to go ahead, and if this was a neutral site, they chose this. And then I think OU liked it a lot, where they could just come back and play it again. I think he's just going to hold it out to end it with they ended it with 3 quarters in the books. It's 11-9. It was an 8-5 OU lead at the half. It's now 11-9 after 3 quarters, where Missouri takes the lead. We'll take a timeout and be the 4th and final quarter right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to Mount St. Mary's, site of the last OU Lacrosse home match. As we say, the Sooners had back-to-back losses, unfortunately, losing to Arizona 25-4, and then a very close one against A&M 14-12. They will be in action tomorrow as they will take on Utah Tech, and then they will take on Baylor on the 28th, and then Texas on the at the end of March on the 29th. Then April, you'll see on the 11th, they'll take on Minnesota and Iowa State back-to-back doubleheaders. So they started off the season with doubleheader, and they will finish off with a doubleheader. Sooners looking to try to get off that losing streak of 2. Kind of a very miserable third quarter, and we're in the 4th and final. Switch ends of the goal. And the face-off is controlled by Missouri. And they've done that whole, a nice little steal by the Sooners coming back the other way. So a nice pick-the-pocket steal coming up, trying to get the numbers, assists. It's just underneath, and you pass that, you try to get that for the assist and the goal, and just comes up short and goes out. Sooners still trying to as we said, there was a long way to go even when it was 8-5 at the half, but in the confidence at Missouri with an undefeated season, they didn't panic at all. And they just chipped away, and they made it happen in the second half, made a few adjustments. And as they were down 3 at the half, 8-5, and they found goal, back-to-back within 3 minutes of play. And that's really been the storyline and the taking advantage. The Sooners did score 1 goal after that. But when you talk about 6 goals in 1 quarter, Really piles up in a hurry. That momentum won, and Sooners trying to fight back. Keeping it on this end of the field, that's what I say. Last time saw all that in that third quarter on this end, and I knew they would switch, so say maybe that's the good luck charm for the Sooners. Come on the attack. Shot on goal. Taken away. Switch out and cross. A little bit of defense here. Now they'll get that crossed. Calling out some different plays as Missouri is calling out what's they're called hammer. It's just quiet enough where you can hear all these coaching points. Ooh, tries to wrap around and gets caught up in the wash, and a great defensive battle there by the Sooners to evade a goal. Sooners shot on goal, missed. But it was a nice, great opportunity. Sooners come back on the other end. Trying to get some momentum on the attack. Sooners got a little bit of juice and a little bit of momentum. See if they can capitalize with some points. Down 2 goals. Fake the shot on goal. Little stutter step. Nice move. Going to wisely take that out. There's a shot on goal, a little high. Oh, there it is. Just what the doctor ordered. So you worked it around, and the Sooners found a way. We'll see here our instant replay. Just they were really good on the assists and just finding the open man and the open goal, and just what the doctor ordered. The Sooners finally have answered in the fourth quarter just like they needed to get into double digits. They make it 10. And a face-off. It's what the Sooners really needed. To bring it within 1 goal of a tie. Sooners, a little bit of a crowd here for the Sooners that gotten excited. And that can bring you a lot of stuff. Oh, man, it was a nice delivery in the middle. You thought, man, it was going to be a goal with the assist, but was stopped. The 11-10 mark of this contest. And I think what we have is a little bit of the clock. As I've noticed that when you look at the clock, it kind of stays, then it connects and gets onto like 3 seconds come off of it. So it's not exact. I mean, we're going with their scoreboard, of course. Every once in a while, it kind of stutters itself there. Yeah, like right there, you saw 52 and then it went to 49. So just follow with it. Don't be married to it, I guess. Just notice that as a little inconsistency. It's not. I think it's whether it's digitally remote from inside the press box. We're just right outside under the awning of the press box, so it gives us a little bit of elevation, a little bit better than when we're on site at Norman from field level. So much better to see these shots on goals, and opportunity comes up shy for Missouri. Sooners will toss it back up. So we'll be at the 10-minute mark here. So 5 minutes off of that fourth quarter has elapsed. This is the way we like to see it. Like to see it on this end of the field. I'll just set it up for a nice shot. Good move inside. Just off the mark. Shot on goal. Leaves still 27 seconds left to go on the clock. Running down for a shot on goal opportunity. Got plenty of time to set this one up. Sooners shot. Gets rustled out of there. Loose ball and then a whistle. Tight contest. A lot of goals, though. Seen some lower scoring affairs, but this has been high octane, especially in the second half. The Sooners have only scored 2 in the second half, one coming in the third and then one here in the fourth. Just enough to stay with it. This is where a little bit of fatigue can start setting in. It's a lot of running around. Shot on goal is bounced off and out of play. Nice steal for the defense. That's what they're wanting. Sooners come try to set this one up. Back out and then loses it. Man, the second time when they've been in that corner. Kind of come up empty. The 8-minute mark. Nice collision and a collapse and a scoop up for the Sooners. Crosses the timeline. Now let's set it up, gentlemen. Let's put it in position. 7:41 and counting. Sooners down a goal, look to see if they can try to tie it, and the drama will continue. Patiently setting this one up, 52 seconds, got plenty of time. Like how he really looks to try to fake shot on goal, and it's taken away. Clock continues to roll. The 7-minute mark. Stand your post. Hold on to that. There we go. As fast scoring as it was to start off in the third quarter, it's kind of slowed back down a little bit now here. Sooners were able to score one to chip the 2-point lead, 2-goal lead into one. One to try to tie. Here's the setup. There is the fake. Now, oh man, I thought it was a shot on goal, and then it's out. Missed. Kind of turned out to be a decent night, considering I know that the really built up east and went to Tulsa, and I think there was a lot build up on that for tonight's storm action. Last night, of course, with a tornado and unfortunately loss of life and a mother and a daughter. I think they're set up a GoFundMe too because they've got kids at home, and very devastating. And there it is, just what the doctor ordered. The Sooners sneak one in. Weren't paying attention. It's just like that, right in the wash. And we're all tied up at 11 apiece. Sooners not going away. So the Sooners had to put a little bit of Sooner magic in. Just in time, too, to tie this one up. 11 apiece with 5:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Sooners had lost. Now the Boomer Sooner chants are starting. Face off. It's loose, picked up by the Sooners. So he kind of fell down a collision course, trying to get around and cross the timeline, loses it. Sooners scoop it up again. So the Sooners get away the face-off, kind of a fall down and a scoop up, and we're all tied up at 11 apiece with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Just patiently setting this up. It's pretty good. Let's just regain the lead and then shut them out. Play some good defense. Right now, they're just using a lot of clock on offense with 34 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Oh, the wraparound just kind of bounced out. Man, just kind of got the look you wanted, but just didn't go in the way it wanted. So Missouri takes over. We'll walk it up. We're at the 4-minute mark, and there is a timeout that is called. And so we will take a timeout, too, with 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth and final. And we are all tied up at 11 apiece. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Well, you love sports? What a coincidence. We do too. Where sports is our middle name, we are the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just a couple weeks ago, we had boxing on Saturday. Of course, we got plenty of basketball. Had some great games, great finishes in high school basketball tonight. We'll have consolation games tomorrow, starting at 3:30 and at 7 for both girls and boys. So we've got a full slate of stuff to watch on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's free to download, free to watch. Just download the app on Apple and Android devices on your phones, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Facebook, just follow us there, give us a like there, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Who's going to want it more? That's going to be the deciding factor unless we see OT. Can we get a goal? Last 3:47, and just like that. So what you asked, well, you don't really want to ask for it in that way. So Missouri does. They find a way. They get the score. Now if they can just play defense and hold this out, they will go to 6-0 on the season. Sooners will drop to 4-4 if that's how it stays. But the Sooners have something to say about it with 3:45 remaining here. Face-off is won by Missouri. Their end of the goal or their end of the field and push it up. Stolen by the Sooners, coming back the other way. I have an opportunity. Oh, I thought, man, just take that straight in. One-on-one. Uno. And does not. Passed out in 3 minutes. Time is factor now for the Sooners. So you had plenty of time. Now we're losing time. Plenty of time to score. Desperation time with 2:44. So the wraparound, they're going to decide to throw in the outlet, and we'll set it up again with 32 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Looks for the lower advantage. Shot on goal, and it's caught up. It's able to retreat and get that. Now, for the Sooners, down a goal. Got to play defense and loose ball and picked up by the Sooners. They got the numbers. Lose that and was able to pick it up. 2 minutes left to go. Going to have to try to score quickly. Try to tie this one up. Looking for a little Sooner magic. Can you get it here in Mount St. Mary's? Under 2. 57 on the shot clock. Just a little bit amiss. It's on the wrong kind of the setup here. Sooners try to take the advance. There it is. Just what you needed. And the Sooners have come to play. And the chant for Boomer and Sooner, we're all tied up at 12 apiece. If you don't have anything else to do on a Friday night, could see an overtime matchup. Remember, the Sooners coming off of 2 straight losses, back at home for their last time this year. And the face-off. It is going to be picked up by the Sooners. Sooners are coming down, got the numbers with $1:15 left to go. Got to try to make it here. The advantage. Throws it up. Well, last minute shot would be good here. Wouldn't give an opportunity for Missouri to do anything about it with a final minute left to go. Going to play a keep away. Got 56 seconds. It's basically they can use all of this time without having to take it. There it is. Oh, an opportunity, I thought, on the side. Man, 43 seconds left to go. I thought that would have been it. They can have the opportunity trying to do it themselves to score at the last with 28 seconds left to go. All tied up at 12 apiece. Looks for the opportunity. Defense in. Score and goal with 20 seconds remaining. You talk about coming back in a clutch. See that right there. Just away from well, you're asking for a major Sooner magic if you can get that I know the hometown here believe that they can do something to try to tie it up. Man, it was just opportunity. Sooners do have it. 17 seconds. They got to make something happen here with 15 seconds. Down to the final 10. It's going to go out. 7 seconds. Rifles that across. And that is going to do it. I know there was 1 second on the clock, but I think Missouri scored within a minute left to go, and that is going to end it. I know the Sooners put up a great fight. They got that opportunity that they needed. So the Oklahoma Sooners will fall to 4-4 on the season, and congratulations to Missouri. They will go to 6-0, undefeated. Have not lost. They were down 2-0 in the first quarter, went back and forth. It was 8-5 where the Sooners led at the half, but nonetheless, Missouri found a way, the confidence and everything else to build on it, and they win and defeat the Sooners 13-12 for the last OU Lacrosse matchup of the home season. As I said, the Sooners will be on the road. You'll be able to catch that. There will be Utah Tech and then Baylor, Texas. And then in April, they'll finish out on the 11th with Minnesota and Iowa State. So, unfortunately, Sooners don't put your heads down. It was really a great opportunity to fight the way they did, but they come up short, a goal short as they led it a half, and hats off to Missouri, who made a great second half effort. 13-12 is your final. OU Lacrosse, it's been a fantastic year. Hope to see you again sometime soon. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network. Have a great and safe weekend.